Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I planned for this to be 8 a.m. and I'm really, really sorry for the delay. This is my first time being up by this time just to do something. I normally wake up around 10, 9-ish, and then before I go to my desk, 11, and then 12. Why? I don't trade on Mondays. I don't trade on Mondays. I allow the weekly candle to close and open well on Monday, and then from Monday, yeah, I can see my buyers. But then it does not mean that I can see entry almost immediately. So what I what I'll be doing in these sessions is going to be happening every week. Your job is to just come and then we look the market in my view, in my lens per se. So if you don't trade the pairs I trade, it is fine. If you don't trade my kind of system, it is fine. If you don't use my strategy, it is fine. It's just me telling you this is where I think markets will go. Our own is just to allow the market do its thing. Your own is just to have the directional bias in your head. It doesn't mean that everything I tell you here will be 100% accurate. And this would be a disclaimer. This is not a get rich quick anything and all. Yo, I don't forget to say this is how they do it. My name is Counselor and I'm here on Market Outlook this morning. So you can, if you're here, you can tell me your name and where you're joining us from. I think that's what that's how they do it, Abby. Yeah, you can tell me your name and where you're joining us from. Good morning, MJ. And so that's it. So I wouldn't want to do all those introductions, but then it is what it is. So like I said, I'm going to be looking at the market from my own lenses. So this is not a financial advice. Don't say because counselor said he's going to buy from here, so I'm going to use all the money I have and do this. No, it is not a financial advice. This is just me predicting price and hoping that the patterns that I already know will repeatedly show itself. So last week, I promised people in my VIP that I'm going to stop overcomplicating things. I'll go back to what I know how to do, and that is trading the pairs that I have mastered and the one that works for me. So being a signal group means that you will be forced to be doing things every day. You'll be forced to be dropping signals every day. Because of what? Because of people paid you to do this. But that doesn't mean that you should now be going around everywhere looking for pair that what's looking for is not looking for you. So in that note, bye bye to GBP USD, GBP card, bye bye to AUD card. Though they have a very fucking nice, what is it called, order flow and the way they move. Bye bye to Euro USD. Though it's delivered us yesterday, but bye bye. So this four is what I'll be doing every week. My main pair is gold, and if you know me, you should know that I like gold for a whole lot of reasons. One, it has lower spreads. Two, it has lower commission across prop firms because most of people that I know are trying to scale up, meaning everybody's trying to scale up with prop firms. So you guys know that prop firm will come handy. It will give you higher capitals with slow fee, less than 1% of the actual capital you're trading. So gold has volatility. Gold can give you money that you stay for hours. GBP will not give it to you. So it gives you money faster than others. And listen again, no, the fact that it gives you money faster means that it takes money faster too. Good morning, Timmy from Lagos. Yeah, good morning, Shadrach. Always here. And then Elosho from Ogun State, and thank you. So I should remind you about AMD. Okay. So as I was saying, it has everything you should get. So instead of having 100 pairs in your watch list, gold can give you that. Why does it mean why should you focus only on few pairs? Because you master how they move. The reason why you get one babe, the reason why you get many phones, but you are always with one. The reason why you have one laptop, the reason why you have one job as a Nigerian, the reason why people marry one wife, most not like conventional, but most people, because you cannot deal with different characters all at once. One person is already a big deal. Imagine when you have more than 3 or 4 or 5. You cannot check and balance all of them. So that's the reason why. And at the end of the day, people that trade less pairs make much money. Like I said before, the more the pairs you have, the more you're exposed to risking more. So that is how it should be. So first is gold. And if you're doing the analysis and you figure out that the pair you trade is not here, once I'm done, maybe 8:40, the remaining 20 minutes, you can drop the chart you want me to look at on the comment and we'll analyze it together. I'm not the alpha and omega. I am a student of the chart every fucking day. So anything I tell you is based off data, not based off one degree that I have in trading or one master I have in trading. No. So having said that, we know that gold has been super bullish all last week, and you can see it's still bullish. But like I said, for the fact say you don't shank this guy where they here, this is liquidity zones. Liquidity zones, there are different type of liquidity. This is not lecture. Different type of liquidity. When you see a void, it means something should fill it. It means something should fill it. And no matter how many years it takes, that void will be filled. That void will be filled. That void will be filled. So now, this thing that is doing now, this is 4 hour time frame, because price is obviously coming back to fill it. And I said it last week that this thing will happen only when news happens, because this order flow is fine from 1 hour. From 1 hour. So looking at it like this now, you see that the order flow is sweet. The order flow is sweet. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, taking this one out, higher high again, and then using this one as entry for this sweep that happened here. Higher high again, breaking the structure, low, higher high again, low, failed to break, and then boom, broke. So now this structure has been disrupted. Remember what I told you about order flow. Order flow is when price is moving at a particular direction without any interruption. Seeing this thing clearly now, it has been interrupted. This low has been taken out, this low has been taken out, this low has been taken out. Obviously, these structures cannot hold again. So that trigger you want to pull, saying that, oh, this thing don't come back to this place, let me buy. Nigga, don't buy. Don't buy. Because why? You're trying to catch every move. You're trying to catch every move. Let me explain what I mean by catching every move. Now, price is here. In 1 hour, your head is like, yes, let me buy. And don't get me wrong, it might buy. It might buy. Don't get me wrong, it might buy. But guess what? It will not buy. And then you say, okay, if this one fails, this one again is here. Now you're overexposing yourself. Why not say that, okay, this guy has already been fucked up here, fucked up here, fucked up here, and now he's reacting from this place. Let me see what is happening. Yes, you can see what is happening, probably going to 30 minutes and not just entering immediately. This is Monday. So this place is sweet. Like, it's sweet like mad. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. This one is a break of structure. This one, all these ones here can be your liquidity. All these things here can be your liquidity. And it might work. It might work. But for you to be on the safest side, what do? You wait for MSS, market structure shift. It's a Monday. Like, you're not running to anywhere, right? So why not just wait until this place is taken? At least. So are you seeing what price is doing? So wait for something like this, like this, like this, and then come back. And now you've seen something. Because like we know about order flow, this guy has been disrupted. So what made you think that he did not buy from here? Of course, he bought, but he didn't hit TP, he didn't take this one out. From here again, of course, he bought, but he didn't take this one out. From here again, of course, he bought small. Like, imagine, say you don't buy from this point as a newbie, you bought, and first time when you buy gold, this thing can't go up, give you profit. You are so happy. You come back, come here again. You know the TP because your TP is somewhere here. Got to this point, came back, SL. Got to this point, come back, SL. Maybe if you be BE Lord, BE, like, how many trades can you take in one pair and not get emotional about it? You will, of course. Emotions go through everywhere because you are so doing everything just to get something out. So after everything that happened, you will say, go make sense, say this thing will happen like this. But it is happening because you can control what happens 2 times and you didn't kind of perceive the outcome. So at the end of the day, this one, number 1, this one, number 2, this one, number 3, this one, number 4. You've taken 3 losses consecutively. Emotions go full everywhere. Whether you like them or not. So what do? You already know that, like I said, when you wake up in the morning, enter your chart, be very, very, don't enter the chart with knowing that I'm coming to make money. Yes, be positive and all that crap, but don't be too, how do I say it, too dependent or too, what's that English? Like, you know what you're doing. Don't be complacent. Don't say because everything met, make I just double down. No. Once you're taking a loss, taking second loss, taking third loss, your emotions will come into play. Close your laptop and get the fuck off. And now this is Monday. You don't have to be politically correct. You don't have to just say, once this thing is here, put your buy limit here, and then put your SL somewhere here, and then start buying. No. Yes, you might see some few pips push up, but it will not last because a week is just starting. And with this order flow that you're seeing, it can push up to here and use this place as liquidity and this place and sell. So why are you trying to just go and push it just to make sense in your head? No. So what do? Go to 4 hours. Allow the market to do its thing. Either wait for it to come back to this point, or if the structure presents itself for a sell, you short the hell out of it. But trying to catch every move because it's in an order block, no. So when someone said talk about AMD, if you watch from here now, the market was accumulating. Accumulating. So in as much as now it's trying to come down to take out all the buy side liquidity, all this thing that happened here, take out all of them. So once that happens, it will manipulate, take out every bias, and then it will obviously distribute to the main side. Why is it distributing? Because you know that the main time frame for this nigger is bullish. Having taken out from 4-hour time frame, you see that it has taken out this high, this one high where they here. For the fact say I've given you that either V shape or either A shape or V shape. So you've known that it's a valid break of structure, it's a valid whatever. So it's coming to touch here and then continue pushing up till this point. So on gold, this is my humble submission. From daily time frame, you can see that it's plummeting down. It's still giving the same thing till this box where they here. So please be patient enough and wait for price to show you. Even trend line traders already be in the short. Once this place has been broken, they're already in the short selling. So in as much as you're trading this strategy, you are in your head, put people's own in your head too and know that people are trying to make money off this short. So put that one in your head. This is obviously trend line. They're already in the short. So you are trading SMC, ICT, whatever. Always incorporate them with other things that people do so that you will not be caught crossfire. Like I said, if you don't spot out liquidity, obviously you will become one. So having said that, nothing for gold for today till I see this. Yes, I'm not going to buy from here. Oh, you don't have to take us out already. I'm not going to buy from here. It's already SLSF. I'm not going to buy from here. Neither am I going to buy from here. I am not. Or here, never. Till it comes here. That is when I start making my decisions. Or it takes out this high by giving me something like this. And then we can start going up to this point. So for that is my view on gold. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. It is as simple as that. So my next pair is GBP USD. I like this pair because it is good for, it's very, very volatile though, but it's good for newbies. You love gold very, very well, but if you're a newbie, don't enter gold like that. You will collect. I like GBP USD very well because that was the pair I love. And it's in tandem with Euro USD and AUD USD. But sometimes once you see that year, last 2 years, last 3 years, if GBP USD is buying, obviously Euro USD is buying or is ready to buy. But lately, Euro USD will be selling like mad. GBP USD will be buying like they are no longer correlating. So to avoid witchcraft entering your head, just avoid a chart, a pair that doesn't correlate with what you're doing. And it is not rocket science that this guy is bullish. Remember, we saw the entry here and he left us. I didn't jump into it. I didn't make any hard decision. It was a missed trade. If we took this trade from this point, would have been up 6 hours, but then it was missed. So that one is out. What do I look out for? The same thing, liquidity and a valid point of interest. You didn't ask me why I did not take the entry from this point. No, because this guy ended the bearish cycle. If you know what range is, you know where price started and then where it's going. So this is the range low. And knowing fully well that this thing has broken this one and this one and this one, the range high is this. So till GBP USD touches this place, we'll be looking for a buy, for a sell, or this order flow gets disrupted. What is disruption? When you see two break of structures happen, the guy is buying, and then boom, this thing happens. Not just one, no, two. So because you will know that if you are a SFT trader or what I do, my pattern, this one is your liquidity, this one should be your POI. But then the guy came, took out your liquidity, took out your SL. So you can't be looking for a continuous buy unless this taking out is just with a week, like something that happened to us on GBP US, in GBP JPY and Bitcoin and all, just took us out and continued going up. Same thing with BTC, just took us out and continued, like Snipe took us out and continued going up. So those things doesn't mean that it has changed character or whatever. So always follow trade with this story in your head, knowing that the price, the pattern is telling you a story, not your own story. Follow the chart. So now that you know that this is the range low where the price cannot trade below, and this is the range high where you're expecting the price to get to, what is now your job? To continuously looking for entries. And this is now in the 1 hour. What do you look out for? Liquidities and POIs. For me, I don't want to be that far, but this thing that happened here and here is giving me something that I want it to be taken out. But to avoid being, how do I even put it? To avoid being too selective, look for what you're looking for and you're fine with it. If you look at these candlesticks, you know that I'm using, okay, let me put line chart so we can see them. What is that line chart? Candles line. Good. You see that this one is a break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. So for this break of structure now, you say that this guy is a sweep. Oh, Benny, it is not a sweep. Let me go back. You see this in here? It's not a sweep. Because this is not a break of structure. This is not a break of structure. You can see it. So you can't say, oh, I've seen a sweep. Chancellor said, once you see a sweep of liquidity, and then this place now means this is your POI, and then you want to buy. No, that's not what I said. Break of structure is when the body of the candle or the wick of the candle breaks a body. And as you can see here, the one on top is this one. Let me make this thing more white, more black, so you guys can see it. If you can see it, just give me something on the chat. Yeah, you can see it now. Yes, it's darker now, I guess. So you can see how a break of structure works. So that thing you are doing, sorry, it's not break of structure. So if you see, like I said, the price tells you a story, break of structure, lower high, sorry, lower low, lower high again, before this thing happened. This is a lower low. And this thing here is not a lower high. This is still a lower low before the break of structure happened. So looking at it that way, this is what you should call a break of structure. And then this is your liquidity. And then your POI should be around here. So go back to the normal chart, you know. Boom, this is it. But now, how can I mark out this other block? My bullish order block, of course. The week started from here to this place. And this week has already mitigated my liquidity. Do I still take it? Of course, no. So I'm not going to try to sugarcoat anything or bobo you anything. Use your chart to tell this story for yourself. If this story now makes sense to you, then you now put your money where your mouth is. But if it's not, don't. If it's not, don't. If it is not, don't. People saying that, okay, this is the other block that I want to sell from, so I want to buy from, it's already mitigated your liquidity. So no. Some will say, let me go down to a smaller time frame and look for it. It is still there because this one becomes it. It's still mitigated. They say, let me go down further. 15 minutes. Then it's getting lower. It's now here, which is still mitigated. Let me go down to 5 minutes. And then you go down to this place. That is when you start missing a lot of trades. You start missing a lot of trades. But then for educational purposes, we leave this thing like this. And then Friday, during our, what is it called? Our money talk, you see how this thing played out. So either this guy comes here, takes it out, or it misses. 1:3 is here. So either this guy comes to take it out, or it is a missed trade. Why? Because there's no other block here. I don't trade below 30 minutes. So why are you going to 5 minutes? To go and do what? But then, let's see how it goes. So for me, this is not an A+ setup. I'm not even taking it. But like I said, for educational purposes, we'll leave it and come to Friday and see how it played out. I'm not going to take it here. If I want to take a trade, it will be from this point, but it's already mitigated my liquidity. So that is not a trade for me. Other block, this one is fine. You see how it is? It's fine. He didn't have to touch this guy. Like, is it making sense to you? This is my, for 1 hour, this is my other block. He didn't have to touch this liquidity here to take this buy. Look at it. He didn't touch it. So I can genuinely take the buy from here. And then my SL is somewhere here. And my TP, 1:3, somewhere, I'm good. Or if I want to refine it because the SL is wider, I can go to 30 minutes. 30 minutes highest, 30 minutes highest, and then get it somewhere here. And look at it. It has been missed. Did you see it? So over refining will bring you a lot of missed trade. Just look at it. It's missed. And refine it. 3R will now be somewhere here. But the nigga was missed. So no money made, but it was missed. So that is that for me on GBP USD. So be keeping your questions. So this is what I think. But then for 1 hour, it is this. Let's look on the line chart. Boom. You see? Simple. This is the, and then tapped. So if you didn't use that point, you miss it. So on this guy, this is for educational purposes. This is not a setup. I want to just keep it here to give you something on Friday about what it means to have a very good point of entry, POI or AOI, or whatever you call it, that makes you sleep well at night. So as it's going, if you have any question, be dropping it on the chat because I'm not seeing any yet. So the third one is Bitcoin, BTC. BTC have already rallied to my what? My range high. You can see where my range low is, where this thing started. It's somewhere here. And where did it stop? Somewhere here, because Bitcoin has been here for the first time in his life. Bitcoin have never gotten to 123 before. So there's no need Bitcoin coming to 99. Yes, Bitcoin can be manipulated because it's crypto, news around it and all that can manipulate it. But for the fact this one is concerned, it has gotten to my range high. And guess what? It has taken all the sell side liquidities that was created. All this thing here now. Taking out, taking out, taking out, taking out. The one left is this one. But for the fact that this is all-time high, it can't just come and take it out without enough liquidity. So what does that mean? It means that Bitcoin is anticipated to come down to fill these FVGs that was created, something as gold has done before having enough liquidity to break this all-time high. So what I'm seeing for gold is something like this, and then boom. But before that happening, you can see that there's no entry for gold today, for BTC today. So it's always the one that we held from last week. If you held the trade from last week on the group, you will see it. Adele called it, and our brokers are different on the TradingView. So mine was taken out, and then he is triggered, and then boom, this is massive profit that was made on this. And this point is the target. So for this is direct, no wahala. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Distribution is always 2 or 3 candles. So it is that simple. For the last one, GJ. GJ is very bullish since last week. I called it here, took me out, and then boom, bullish. So now the question will ask yourself from 4-hour time frame, where is the range high? Where is the range high? Where is price headed? Is this place? Has it been this high before in his life? Check back. You see it has. Look at it. So it is this range. And if you look at it from this 4 hours, you know that this guy is bullish. So what are you to do? Keep buying. Keep buying. What are you buying for? See liquidity, break of structure, POI, you're good. So for me on GBP JPY, my bias is from this zone. This zone. And how can you mark a clear order block and not get it messed up like this? No. Identify your liquidities and make sure your liquidity is close to your what? To your POI, at least 50%. So let me explain that. If we use this as our liquidity and use this as our POI, it means that the liquidity that we are having is not even in the 50% of our price. This is 50%. So if the liquidity is not somewhere here, dead that idea. Don't do it. I didn't say it will not hold. Some of them will, but consistently it won't. So dead the idea and then go back and wait for it to be in your best interest. For example, this is a valid break of structure here. This one. This is the break of structure, not this one. So this happened here. It's not even liquidity for you to take. But for me, I'd rather wait for trade and take this buy from here. Better to take a loss from here than to put my liquidity somewhere here and then come here. And then again, this pair loves breaker blocks. This pair loves breaker blocks. So, but then the breaker blocks means that there's no liquidity in sight for you to see. That's why some people use just one candle as liquidity and stuff. So let me just do this and show you. This is the line chart. You see? So this is the break of structure. This cannot be the first pullback because it will happen after a break of structure. But after that break of structure, which is this one, there's no pullback again. So there's no liquidity around here. It is just what? Clear FVG. So you can say that you want to buy from this breaker block because there is no liquidity around here. It's just using this FVG as inducement. Once price enter the FVG, taps here, you can continue buying. But without that, nothing for you. So like I said, this is it. So if you really do breaker blocks, you should wait for price to come into this point. And if it gives you confirmation, all of them, like I said, on confirmation, on confirmations. One of these days, I'll talk about confirmation entries and how to get confirmations from candles and all that. But for that, this for the breaker block, and then this for the other block. This is not a valid liquidity zone because it didn't break a structure before it happened. So the structure broke before the liquidity created itself before the structure was broken. So if you get what I mean, you know that it is not a valid liquidity zone. So is either price comes and tapping here and continue to this point, rally to here, and then boom, or come and take this one out. If it comes here and goes and come back, it's SL. So I can't say this because it's not a valid liquidity. So this is how to be very, very intentional with your trading and tell yourself the hard truth that this thing no dey happen. So why I won't force them? Have you seen that in my 4 setups, there is no setup in everywhere? On my gold, like I said, you see, it has taken the SL out. So let's say I said, once I saw it, oh, let's buy gold, let's buy gold. You don't chop better SL. Monday morning like this. Monday morning, you don't be. So why not allow the market to give you the opportunity and then you react? So that's it. You see what good happened. So this one I've already taken out. For GBP USD, my bias is my bias. Is either here, which is a study. Because I said it's not going to come here. It's already going to be a mistrade. And it's looking like it because it's already rejecting. For BTC, no setup. Because our target has been met, which is this point. So we need a new order flow for us to continue. You should trade more of continuous order flows, more of continuous movement. You don't want to be the person starting the movement. How much do you think you have to move the market? So you can't say that you're not a bank for you to start loading orders. You cannot load orders. Your money cannot move shit, cannot move market. So you should be realistic with your targets. So we have to see another pattern form here, and then we continue buying or we dump because BTC has gotten to all-time high, and you know that BTC can just break all-time highs without news being involved. That is the fundamentals part of it. So that is it. For GBP JPY, this is where I'm targeting. This is the overall range high, and this one is the other one. So I will now love to have your questions, your views before we call it a day. That's my view for the week. So for the fact that there's no signal, there's no entry that came out, does not mean it should not always be like this. Always try and sit on your hands. Always try and sit on your hands. You don't have to make decisions. You don't have to make different decisions every time. Like I always say, any mistake you make here, you lose money. So why are you rushing to go and lose money? If that is you, I implore you to stop. So if you have any question, anybody want me to look around, drop it now because it's already 9 a.m. I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then we call it a day till Friday. And if you understood everything I said and you found value, you can give me value on the chat. You can give me value on the chat box. If you understood everything I said and it made sense to you, and you know that you will sit on your hands this week, you know overtrade this week, you're not gonna be looking for profit where there's no profit, you're not gonna be doing all those things people are doing, all those buy and sell. Don't do that. Sit on your hands. Sit on your hands till market brings something for you. Without that, we should call it a day. Thank you very much, Shedrack, for being here. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, Timmy, and everybody that joined. Thank you very much. And then see you at being profitable. Profitability is not just about clicking buttons. It's about waiting when there's nothing to do. Yes, it can be bored, it can be boring and all that, but then you don't have to do it just because you want to do it. So let's call it a day. If anything pops up, I might add it or create a I don't want to do this, but then create a Telegram channel where everything we do here will be documented there, so you can be seeing it too. I think I have one. I just put up the link on the description of this video when I post it on YouTube, so you can see the link to join. So every idea that I dropped here will be based on what is being dropped in the group. So that is how it will be. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a wonderful day and a profitable one at that.